How's it going, guys? We're back with another video. Now in today's video it's going to be about winning more solo games and how you can win more consistently and even get your first win if that's what you're still looking to do. And before I start this video, Happy New Year's to everyone. 2019 is going to be a good year. Hopefully I can do really well on YouTube. Hopefully you guys do really well with Fortnite or whatever you're looking to do. And yeah, so if you guys can leave a like on this video just off the start, let's go for 25 likes this video. Pretty big goal, but hey, I think we can do it. And leave a sub to make sure you guys don't miss any of my tips to make you a better Fortnite player, because most of these videos now until I get really good on PC will be about helping you guys become even better. Let's get right into this. The first tip we're going to have here is be aggressive. Now if you want to win more, you're going to have to start learning how to play the game, how to deal with players basically, and how to win most fights. Now you can, if you really want to go for a win or something, you don't have a win, or you really want that snowman glider, sure, go ahead, you can land whaling, you can land some random place off the map, whatever works for you, and just try and camp till the very end to get your first win. Sure, that's not bad, but if you want to start consistently getting wins and improve as a player where you can naturally get solo wins very easily, then play aggressive. You can't just camp until the end of the game and expect to be way better at Fortnite and expect to improve a whole ton. Because if you want to improve that much, you're going to have to learn how to deal with people. And the best way to deal with people is by being aggressive and taking on every fight instead of cowarding and leaving. The next one is, I know I said landing Tilted Tower is the best way to improve, but if you're going for solo wins, I'd say don't land Tilted Towers as much. You can still land there if you're trying to figure out the game mechanics and everything. But if you're going for solo wins, I'd say land somewhere that's populated so you can still like deal with people and learn how to deal with people. Even if you're really good, I still suggest doing this for even more practice, or just it's more fun dealing with more players and getting more kills. Land somewhere like Salty, Paradise, Retail Row, anywhere kind of those kind of places. You can land Wayland like I said and just go for mid game and end game kills. Really your choice. Honestly, I really like Paradise and Retail is my two favorite spots right now. That's where I'm going to keep landing. But yeah, so I wouldn't land very far off the map if you guys can help it. Try to land somewhere mid place, nothing too stacked, but nothing too low. So for this next tip is play smart and don't do dumb pushes. So say someone's in the storm or you're in the storm, don't try and go fight someone unless you're very forced to. Think about what you're doing before you get into every single fight, and it'll help you so much more if you start going super aggressive. There's a difference between smart pushes and dumb pushes, and you want to be the one on the smart pushes. You want to land a couple AR shots before you go in. You want to just go in blind, not knowing what anything's going on. You try and land a couple shots before you go into that fight, just to give you the best advantage you possibly can. Yeah, like I said, if you're in the circle, or sorry, if you're in the storm or something, don't go push someone else if you don't have to. They're inside the circle, or inside the storm, sorry. Unless you have like 100 health, 100 shield, everything like that. But just make smart pushes. Or if you have, say, a common AR and you know the buddy has a pump, an SMG, and it looks like he has shields and you're at 60 health, don't go push that unless you're forced to. Just take a step back, loot a little bit more, leave the place. You don't have to fight every single one. If you feel like you're not going to win the fight, don't take it, basically. Now the next way to win more games is think about what you're doing wrong and think about your mistakes when you die. So whenever I die in a way that I know was my bad, not just like something I did wrong, I tend to clip it or just think back to it when I'm in the loading lobby or something and think, okay, what could I have done better there? Should I have done an edit here? Should I have built over here? Should I continue building? Should I have tried to shoot? Whatever the reason is, try and clip it or try and just think about why you did what you did and what would have been a better play. Because there's so many times people will die and they'll be like, oh I'm not playing well today, my leg's bad, whatever, right? Like, it can be lag and everything, but try and take like initiative of how you die and think about it instead of just brushing it off, and think about why you died and try and fix that in creative mode or playground if your builds weren't good enough, if your edits weren't good enough. If it's a smart play, try not do the same mistake you did in that game into the next game, and really just think about and be like honest with yourself on how you died instead of just brushing it off. I'd say that's one of the biggest things I'd say for you guys to work on is most people I know just blaming on something instead of actually thinking about why they die and fix it. So the next one, kind of on smart pushes again and landing damage. Before you go into a fight and try and get that 50v50 match, if you guys both have full shields and everything, both have good mats, try, if you see him, take shots. If you have a clean shot, take a couple shots. Even if you do 33 damage, if you do 90 damage. Any damage will help, and the more damage you do to the person before you go in with a shotgun, it just means the less damage you have to do them at close range, right? So whatever I'd make a push, if you see someone, don't just go start building towards them. If you can, try and land 2 or 3 AR shots. Trust me, it'll make a huge difference inside the long run. And when you're going into a fight, build. I'm saying this is the biggest thing, just build. Okay, now most fights, some people will try and either just chill low ground or something. Maybe if you lost high ground, you can drop down or whatever box. The second he drops down, build back up. High ground is so important, and I've said this in so many videos, that you want to keep high ground. If you lose it, it's not a big deal, but your whole goal should be to keep high ground. Now, when you're fighting someone in a build fight, just play it like it's playground, basically. Like, I feel like most of you guys do practice enough where in playground you have practice to make sure that you can build at least decently. And if you haven't, try and get some friends, or try and practice in playground to learn how to build a bit better. And just act like every fight's like a playground fight. Like, you don't have to be perfect every single time you mess up. It's okay. Just deal with the situation and try and take back high ground, or try and land a lucky shot. Now, one of the last things I'm going to say is be unpredictable in fights. So now if you're box, for example, instead of editing just a window and shooting someone, if someone does that to me, it's just an easy 60 to 150 damage for me, because I know that most people are going to do that window, and most people, after playing this game a little bit, you can tell when someone's going to do something. Like, for example, in that clip, when I killed this person, I ran out of mats, so instead of just like waiting for the person to come, I made a quick edit, so that person wasn't expecting me to do that, and then I got a 105 or whatever that damage was shot off. But you want to be unpredictable in fights. You want to be unpredictable with whatever you do. And if you're doing a crazy push or something and you land a crazy shot here or there, or you have high ground and you edit down on someone, they're not going to be expecting that, and you're going to get good damage. So for the second last tip, I'm going to say, we kind of talked about it in the last one, is editing. Editing is such a big deal in this game now. I feel like it's almost the editing meta, or whatever you want to call it, because it's so unpredictable, and most people aren't really ready for you to edit down on them. So say you have high ground, you see Symphony or Savage or Tfue, you see all those top pros, when they take high ground, sometimes they just go for 3 edits in a row, and the person's like not even looking. They're getting ready to leave, or they're getting ready to heal, or just think about what they're going to do next, when they're already editing down and they get a good 150 damage off instantly. Or if they ramp over someone and they got high ground, instead of keep building, most people are just going to panic for a second. You cut that ramp in half, edit down, and shoot them. Most people aren't going to be expecting it, and you can just get easy damage on them. And editing is one of the best way to be unpredictable in this game, and also to one of the best ways, honestly, in general, to deal damage, or big high number damage to people in build fights. So I highly suggest working on editing if you want to win more fights. Now, for the last tip of the day is to be, if you use all these tips and you get to one of the final circles, or you get to the final circle, you want to be the first person, if you can, to rotate to that other circle. So you don't want to be stuck in storm or being the last person there, because if you are, you're going to get damage done to you guaranteed by someone. So you want to rotate to the last circle as quickly as you can. And trust me, it'll help so much more if you're already in there and you don't have to worry about anybody else. Then you can pick off people as they run into this circle. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it gets you more solo wins. I think it will if you guys use every one of these tips and you practice. Again, practice makes perfect. If you just keep practicing, eventually it will get there. If you're not winning, don't worry about it. Just keep practicing, keep grinding through, and eventually you will start being able to win more fights. You'll be able to win more solo games. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment what you want to see for another video, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks guys, have a good one.